Hey, what's up, guys? It's me again, and welcome back to my channel, Mayta. What Ifs. Today, I am back with an interesting new story. The name of the story is What If Minato Did Not Seal the Kyubi within Naruto? And yeah, guys, it is an unscripted story. Now, before continuing this, shout out is due where it is due. Shout out to the 1898 for suggesting this idea. Now, moving onwards, it was more like a question, but I thought, you know what? That is an interesting idea for a story. So I thought, why not go along with it? So shout out to you, my guy. And yeah, moving onwards, this is the last story of this year. And hopefully, 2025 will be filled with happiness and whatnot for all of us. Here's hoping, I pray to God that each and every one of your wishes come true and you all have a happy new year as well. And moving onwards, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel, and follow me on my other channel as well. We're almost at 1.5k on this channel, so yeah, hopefully we'll be able to cross it by, tonight. And the like goal of this video is 15 likes for, another video. Anyways, enough said. Without any further ado, let's begin with our today's story. Our story begins in Konoha Gakure no Sato on the night of the Kyubi attack. As we see, the Kyubi had descended upon the said village. As everything was in shambles, the civilians were running left and right like headless chicken, while the shinobis were trying their best to take everything under control as well as to stabilize the things. While Hiruzen Sarutobi was leading a brigade of shinobis and konoichis who were brave enough to form a line of defense in front of the Kyubi no Yoko itself, the strongest Biju in the whole elemental nation. And everyone had only one question in their mind. How did this happen? As on the other side we see, Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage, was fighting a battle of his own against a masked person who was the one behind all of this. As we see, Minato has been able to injure him and was close to defeating him and capturing him. But the man then began to chuckle. Why are you laughing? Look behind you, Minato. Your village, it's burning. As Minato's eyes widened as he turned behind and looked at his village, it was burning. No. What have you done? What does it look like? A present. My present to you for the birth of your child, which will be your downfall. As after that we see, the man disappeared. Damn it. I I have to do something. Kushina, as he suddenly remembered about his wife. Tracking down the marker that he has placed on her, he arrived nearby her. As Kushina was currently alive. Kushina, here, take some chakra pills. As after taking that, Kushina then said, It's fine. I will be able to survive, Minato. Where is Naruto? He's safe. I'll take you there. As Minato arrived with Kushina back at the home, where we see Naruto was resting. The Kyubi is attacking outside. As the whole room shook as Minato said these words, I can tell. What are we going to do, Kushina? You know the plan? No. You have to realize, Minato, you can't sacrifice your own self. You have already done this more than enough for this village. This is something way beyond you. If you want to fight, then fight on your own. I'm not giving my son up. Our child up. Fine, said Minato, making a decision to not make his son the Jinchuriki, because what Kushina has said and has endured, he was there. And those were not nice words from the seven people that he has saved multiple times. And he was not going to succumb his child to that. Both of them had a lot of arguments about this, and that is why Minato wanted to make sure that nothing happened tonight. But it seems as if fate had other things in mind. And catastrophe has struck. As now we see, Minato arrived using Gamabunta in the front lines. As he then joined the other forces. Minato, how are we gonna stop the Biju? I don't know, honestly. How did this even happen? And what do you mean you don't know? I don't know, Hiruzen-sama. A man attacked us, a masked person claiming to be Madara Uchiha. He wanted the Biju. As after that we see, Kyubi advanced as it was unleashing hell upon Konoha. We have to do something. Anything. As that is when we see Jiraiya arrive with a toad of his own. There's only one thing we can do. Seal the Biju away into a new Jinchuriki. There is no new Jinchuriki, sensei. But wasn't your child born? Do you think I will allow my child to succumb to such a fate? Minato, what are you talking about? Said Hiruzen. No, I will not sacrifice my son. I vow to Kushina that I will protect him. Minato, now is not the time for this. Then bring me a child. Any one of you. Bring me your child. As everyone remained quiet, thought so. Kushina was right. You people only want sacrifices from the others. When it comes to your turn to do so, you won't. I'm not giving up my child. You can do whatever you want. As after that we see Jiraiya then said, fine. If that is now how this is going to go, then only other thing can happen. What? I'm gonna use the Mito-sama seal and become the Jinchuriki myself. If you won't, then I will. As Jiraiya, using that seal, was able to become the Jinchuriki of the Kyubi no Yoko, while it was being distracted by the shinobis as well as the toads. As now we see, Hiruzen then said, Jiraiya, are you okay? I'm fine, Sensei. Sensei, I know, Minato, it's fine. Most of the people, when you asked, didn't give up their son or daughter. Why would you? I understand. It was not my decision alone to make. The council is not going to be happy to hear this, Minato. You hesitated. You vowed to, then I won't be the Kage anymore because I realize that is not the position I want to be in. As Minato said these words, Hiruzen and Jiraiya were shocked. Kid, it's fine. It's done. You don't need to worry about anything. Okage-sama, the council has gathered. Already? Seems like they were planning ahead. As now we see, Minato arrived there, as he was seated. Minato, I would like to ask a few questions on behalf of the whole council, if that is okay with you and everyone. As everyone nodded and agreed to this, my first question to you is, why did you hesitate? Sorry, what? Why did you hesitate to bring your son? You vowed to. I did because you all did. I know that many of the people might have gotten into a shock because of the sudden request. And then why do you expect me to not be in shock? I am a new made father, and this is my first child. My only child. Why should I risk it? And besides, it's a newborn. You all have your own children who are older than my son. You could have offered. As everyone remained quiet and looked away. Why do you keep on expect that I will be the one to make the ultimate sacrifice each and every time? Because you're our Kage, damn it, said Danzo, slamming his hands. If you can't, then give up the seat. As Minato took off his hat. No, Minato, don't do it. Don't listen to his words, said Shukaku Nara. You are our Kage, and we respect you, to be clear-cut with us. We understand that you might not have been, well, reasonable enough to make a decision, but what you did was to protect your family and the rest of us. And besides, Jiraiya-sama has the Kyubi at bay, someone who is much more mature. And besides, we never had an infant Jinchuriki ever before, Danzo. That might not have been the case, but it could have been an opportunity for us to create a perfect... So you wanted my child to be used as a weapon. As Danzo was shot down immediately, as his own plan was now backfiring at him. Listen to me and listen to me well. Each and every one of you. From either civilian side and shinobi side. I have done enough for this village. I will continue to do as much as I can, but do not expect from me to make the ultimate sacrifices of myself and for my family. Because I'm not on my own anymore. I'm not an orphan anymore. I have responsibilities as a husband and as a father. You are all now second to me. As all of them understood completely who were parents themselves. But Danzo, he was adamant. This is bullshit. How can you agree to this? This is cowardice. This is dictatorship, Danzo, not democracy. If you want that, then get the hell out of here. You're in the wrong room. Amongst the wrong people. As Danzo then completely remained shut. Mark my words, Minato. You will not be Kage for long. Is that a challenge, Danzo? No. It's a promise. As after that Danzo left, he's gotten way over in his head. You don't need to worry about him or anyone. Whoever tries to pull any stunts, we will be there for you, kid, said Hiruzen Sarutobi. As that is when Minato's friends then said, you don't need to worry about anything. We totally understand. As after that, the news spread out what Minato has done through Danzo in his own words, as the people were outraged. But then Minato decided to come out and say it. People of Konoha, I know that you are outraged because of the few days that you have been hearing a rumor circulating around. I know who is the one originator of the rumor and have been captured him already. I'm soon gonna trace down the source of it as well. But right now I'm gonna address the rumor. You all say that I did not do my job and hesitated in order to protect you. Yes, you did, said one of the rest of the voice followed, as Minato raised his hand. Now answer me this. Would you have given up a child of your own flesh and blood, to become the infant Jinchuriki or any other Jinchuriki of a sort, living with like a constant hatred going through your veins and mind? As that is when everyone died down immediately. Then how could you expect that from me and my infant child? He's goddamn only 4 years old and you are hitting on him. Some of you sick bastards are even calling for his head. Are you sick in the head or something? Or have you gone and shoved the will of fire down your asses? You sick fucks, said Minato. If this is the people who I am leading, then fuck you all. The Kyubi might have as well finished the job for all I care. As all of them looked down. If you can't give me an answer, then don't expect something from me as well. Because I alone can't do anything. What am I, a kami or something? As Minato was beyond pissed at them. And after that, Minato then said, as a matter of fact, I, Minato Namikaze, resign from my position as the Kage of this sick fuck of a village, and I resign myself from my shinobi post. None of my lineage will help you in the future. We will leave this shithole of a place. As everyone was shocked by the sudden decision of Minato. As after that we see Minato step down, there was a huge new commotion as well. As now we see, Hiruzen was standing there atop of the Kage monument. What the hell, Minato? Why did you do this? I'm tired of this. Minato, are you? I'm fine, Kushina. I told you, you and Naruto are first. Your happiness means everything to me. I'm sorry, Sensei, but even I know I have disappointed you a lot, but you have to bear with it and live with it. No, kid. I'm happy that you're standing up for yourself, not listening to anyone. Just a little bit sad that you had to do this, because this was the only outcome that I could see. Thank you, Sensei. As he gave the hat and the robes to Hiruzen. As after that, Hiruzen then said, wait, Minato, are you sure about this? I am 100% sure. I don't need this job. And lead this turds of people that are sick in the head to even call for a newborn's execution. Why? Because he was not made a Jinchuriki. As after that we see, Minato then said, look, Hiruzen-sama, I tried my best, I really did. I don't know how you were able to make those tough decisions, but I can't. No, I'm sorry. This job is not for me. As after that we see, Minato packed his stuff alongside with Kushina, and he, alongside their newborn, left. Thankfully enough, thanks to the Land of Fire daimyo being a part of Uzumaki, they were granted a home in the Land of Fire estate, called the Uzumaki home, and Minato was now working under as a minister, a civilian minister, under daimyo himself. As Naruto was now being properly raised here, while back in Konoha, things were not looking great for Hiruzen, as the people, as well as every other aspect of the civilian and shinobi sector, have gone to war with one another. A civil war was on the horizon because people were distributed. Some people called Minato a coward, while the other were saying that what he did was the obvious and right solution. He removed himself from the problem itself, seeing that he was the cause of this, while some were calling him a coward, leaving them deserted, while not obviously accepting their own fault at this. As now we see Hiruzen getting tired, then went towards the cause of the root that has been kept alive. Why are you here, Hiruzen? Because of you, Danzo. If you're here to rant about what has happened since he departed, then you are the reason of this, Danzo. A major one. Why should I not be here? You know I should have killed you, but I can't. Why? You have grown soft on me as well now? No. The reason I can't kill you right now is I have a guinea pig. Your roots are scattered everywhere. I'm hunting them down, which means that I can do whatever I seem fit. These people are getting on my nerves and targeting my grandson, you see. What are you planning? You wanted to be the Kage, right? I'm gonna make you the Kage now. As in front of Danzo was a exact carbon copy of himself. What the hell? Hello, Danzo. Or should I say, the fifth Hokage. What? What do you mean? Your root shinobis will be called by this person. How? I have used Inuichi Yamanaka's abilities to copy your memories and, well, use them on this person. Who is he? Who else? As Jiraiya's voice was heard. Jiraiya, no wonder you're nowhere to be seen. By my man. Of course. And you will be moved from here as well. Do not worry, the people who are within will soon die. Because I have learned this. As the hand seal that Danzo used was then used, and the people who were surrounding fell to their knees and were immediately killed. Now, those who are away, once they return, they will realize that their master is free, and now, the Kage, if anything, Hiruzen will be the one who will be disappearing for the time being, with his family. You're gonna pay for this once they find out. If they find out, that is. You're not the only one playing mind games here now, Danzo. It's time for us to strike back. While this was going on, we see Danzo, quote-unquote, which was Jiraiya, then begin to take action. He stopped the middle war, as well as not that, he also was able to brought out all the root and was now putting them into action, for his own reasons. While doing so, we go back to Naruto, as well as Minato and Kushina, whose life has been now completely different from entirely everything, as Minato and Kushina were training Naruto as well. Time began to pass by as Naruto reached at the age of 13. He was a prodigy in Fuinjutsu, so much so that he was able to create seals that alone without the need of anyone would self-activate and were able to withhold an army in its own right. The Land of Fire army tried to get in through those barriers, but they couldn't. They tried for a whole week, but they have failed. Everything they tried was stopped by those barriers. And because of that, Naruto was even awarded, and was now a well-respected figure. So much so that the other land's daimyo, which were on good terms with the daimyo of Land of Fire, were impressed by him. So much so that they have sent it to him for their own village as a form of tour in the hopes of that there might be a treaty, a peace treaty. Now Minato, being a minister of peace, was now realizing this could be it, in which they will be able to use their resources and utilize Naruto's talents, which was Fuinjutsu arts. As Naruto went there, he was, well, now made from a team from all of the other daimyo's villages. Kurotsuchi was chosen from Iwa, as Yuichiro Ni was chosen from Kumo, as was Mei Terumi herself, elected herself, and then was finally Temari from Suna. And in doing so, Naruto was quite confused why all these four of them were his leaders. But he didn't realize that this was an act to make Naruto much more loyal to them. As Naruto was now helping the others out, he was able to not only gain the favors but also win over many of the hearts there by helping people out and, in general, making great connections with people and bonds as well. For instance, he had a older sister-like bond with Mei. While as for Kurotsuchi and the others, things were quite different, since Naruto liked Yuichiro and her cold demeanor quite a lot. And Yuichiro wouldn't admit it, Naruto had this fox-like, well, facial expressions and a quite calm and peaceful and cute-ish personality that she adored in secrecy. Same could be said for Temari. While Naruto took the initiative to making Gaara one of his friends, from which the help of Gaara was able to overcome the One Tails and the curse of never falling asleep. And because of that, Temari was forever grateful. As for Kurtasuchi, Naruto was able to cheer her up and was able to be an example that she could too, alongside the rest of the Eva, pass through her hatred. And besides, Oniki was the one who liked the kid quite a lot. And so, he was the first one to realize that Kurtsuchi adored the boy. While this was going on, Konoha was now cut it off completely from, well, the rest of the elemental nation and lands. Even the land of fire daimyo was now keeping it on a leash, a tight one, because the new Kage was actually Danzo. Say, Minato, said the daimyo as he was seated in his office as Minato was there to present the records. Yes. What do you think about Danzo? I think that him being a Kage is quite, well, how should I put it? I know I don't have much confidence in him as well. And the situation that it is, I've been hearing from others that Konoha is poking. Konoha is what? Poking around too much. And the other villages, even if they are on good terms with you and your son, thanks to him, they're not good terms with Konoha. I have no relation with Konoha. Whatever happens to that village, I'm afraid it might happen. Because that village didn't care for me when I was in need of it. They stabbed me in the back. Why should I care for them? I know, Minato. And that is why I'm requesting you, whatever happens, you are not to give or not to involve yourself into this mess at any and all costs. You have my assurances, Daime-sama. It won't be. As now we see, on the other side, there was another mess that was brewing, the Akatsuki. Because they realized that they need to find the Nine Tails, because turns out Minato didn't possess it, and neither did his son, which was the aim and goal of, well, the masked person. How are we gonna do this now? Without the help of the Nine Tails, how are we gonna... Well, there's always one option. And so Naruto was kidnapped. Kidnapped, and the demand was the Nine Tails. Now Minato and Kushina were left quite stranded what to do, but unbeknownst to them, Naruto, with the help of his art that he was able to learn, was able to do something. He was able to create a seal that was an alternative dimension, a dimension that was filled with void, a prison-like state, similar to Phantom Zone from DC Universe, made for extremely dangerous criminals. There would be no living being there, just the land that was exact replica of this, so they could survive and live on their own. And so, Naruto activated that seal, writing it down with his own blood, as the rest of them were captured and caught up in it. Not even Zetsu was able to escape, as all of them then disappeared alongside the Garumaso there, with no way back. And Naruto after that made sure he placed a lot of seals so that the seal was hidden and nobody could break through the first seals to get to that seal to break it through. Not only they could, but also they couldn't even locate it where it was. So after all this, Naruto now had to wait and hope that he was able to be found by his father. And luckily enough, as soon as they disappeared, the chakra suppressors also stopped beginning to work because they were powered by their chakra of creator, like Naruto Silver, as he was in this plane. And so, Minato was finally able to get a track on the Harishin mark that he placed on Naruto and arrived there to rescue his son. And as soon as it was done, now we see Minato returned. Minato, I'm glad that you were able to find your son, but Kushina has done something. What? What has she done? She has gone to the Konoha. What? Why? She thinks that that is the only way to bring her son back. And so in Minato's Harishin where Kushina was, she was standing in the Hokage office in front of Danzo. You don't need to bow to him. Kushina, what? But Minato, her son. We need the Kyubi. You don't need to. I have rescued him. Naruto was quite a brilliant child always. We know that, right? Because of his brilliance, he was able to save himself and get in touch with us. I'm honestly surprised, Minato, you were not able to detect what, Danzo. Jeez, you really has gotten quite dull. As the Henji dropped, after the barrier was erupted, made by Jiraiya himself. Sensei, I know. You really are kind of dumb, Minato. Dumb? In what way, Sensei? And why are you acting like Danzo? Me and Sensei are playing a game of our own like Danzo tried to play. He has ruined your life, and I couldn't let that go and slide. Many of the people in Konoha couldn't. While he was riling people up, telling them that you were a coward and whatnot. Look, whatever these people think, I don't care because my decision was my decision to make. And I listened to my heart. I didn't want this for my son. Because if these people couldn't stand on their word that they were always with me, then how could I be with them, protecting them with everything that I have, even sacrificing my own life and my son's life? I'm even horrified to think about what I was about to do. I realize, Minato. And because of that, me and Sensei are doing this. Doing what? Poking around and blaming everything on Danzo. I'm guessing that Daimyo is not quite happy. No, obviously he's not. Good, Sensei. I'm quite happy with what you are doing. Just make sure you don't get caught up into this. I won't. Just leave and live your life, kid. I'm happy for you. You, and for you as well, Kushina. Are you not mad at me? I was the one who... No, Kushina, why the hell do you think I would be? You two, if anything, are one of the most best parents in the whole world I have met. You have done everything, sacrificed even your own dreams for the sake of your son, who I might add is a brilliant mind and was able to achieve peace in his own way. Yeah, Naruto is like that, but why Konoha? These people, even if they will be spared and Hiruzen-sama will be made back into the Kage, Danzo will be executed. And we want a perfect proof for his execution. And that is why I am hunting down his root shinobis and shutting down each and every one of his businesses, while making sure the others are enraged. I see. And so it took a little bit of more few years, as Naruto was back and was now working at the Land of Fire Daimyo, well, Seal Protection Squad, with the help of his Funjutsu that Naruto was able to create. That job was not only to make sure the Land of Fire was safe, but the other lands were also protected. Minato Sensei's, Jiraiya's, and Hiruzen's plan came to fruition, and both of them were able to get Danzo caught up into this mess, and he was executed. No matter how much he was saying that he was being framed and whatnot, everyone's eyes, in everyone's eyes, he was the one who was guilty. Even in the eyes of Konoha, his own allies, Koharu and Homura, pushed for his execution, and there was nothing he could do about it, because no one would ever believe him. In the end, Hiruzen and Jiraiya had won in this sick game. Why? Because he was the one who started it, and they were the one who finished it. As all of this had happened, and in the end peace was achieved, and all of the enemies were defeated in all different ways. Why? Because Minato made the right decision, which was to make sure that his own family was safe first, like everyone in that mess was trying to do. As this is where I'm going to be leaving the story of, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. I know it's quite short, but obviously there was nothing much I could do with the plot because Naruto was not a Jinchuriki, and yeah, I thought, you know what? If the people hate him because of Danzo, then yeah, the 1898 was right. Why don't Danzo and people keep their child if they, want Minato to always sacrifice? This time around, Minato and Kushina is for the win. So I hope you enjoyed this one, and once more, Happy New Year to all of you. This is this year's 2024's last video. So I hope you enjoyed this one. So make sure you leave a like and subscribe to this channel, and follow me on my Apologia channel as well if you haven't done so already. As this is it for the day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.